Hey you guys, it's time to do another one-off reading, and this is going to be your life path number reading. So if you don't know your life path number, I'm going to insert a little video right quick to show you how to find it, and then we're going to come back here. So the way to find your life path number is basically just taking your birthday and adding all the numbers up. So let's say, for instance, your birthday is December 10th, 1982. We're going to add all of those numbers together. 1 plus 2 for December, right? 12th month. And then you add plus 1 plus 0 for 10th. And we're at 4. And then it's plus 1 plus 9 plus 8 plus 2. And the number you get is 24, but then you reduce that. So 2 plus 4 is 6. And there you have your life path number. So that's what you would do to find your life path number. Okay, so starting with life path number 1, let's see what messages there are for you. Messages for life path number 1. Okay, so you have the 5 of Cups, the Knight of Pentacles, the 6 of Cups, the 9 of Wands, the 6 of Swords. Overall energy is the Moon, the 5 of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. All right, so life path number 1, it looks like maybe you're emotional about some things. And you also might be one of those people who, I don't know, like you get really angry, but instead of yelling, like you cry when you get really angry, or cry when you get frustrated. But I feel like there could be some sort of distance happening between you and another person, and maybe that just kind of sets you off. It also could be because you are like your defense mechanism may have gotten triggered. So you are the one that is becoming distant or guarded when you feel like super emotional. So it does seem like emotions could be running high. Maybe there's also some sort of abandonment triggers or trust issues that could come up. It's possible too that there could be some sort of regret because of how something ended, or words that were exchanged. Maybe there's just kind of like a moment where you feel kind of, stuck in the past, or, you're just focusing on that last thing that happened. And it definitely could be, something, some sort of depression that just comes over you, and maybe you were fine before, but now something has you kind of looking at the past. And maybe you're also wanting to know if you'll ever talk to someone again. You might be upset, wondering why somebody said what they said, or why they never returned your call, or left you on red or something like that. But I do feel that an earth sign could be returning or reaching out, or maybe you are the one that is reaching out to an earth sign. So I feel like the situation at hand will likely be resolved. There's still like a lot of battle scars that maybe you're needing to overcome or heal from. And it might take a minute for, trust to be restored with you. And, you know, like I said, it does look like you are able to like move from that energy, whatever it was. It seems like you're moving on to a more calmer situation, or after you connect with someone or make peace with somebody that, you know, had been disturbing your energy or your soul, you know, once that peace has been made, then it seems like you feel much better. You can, you know, move forward now. And you could have been stuck in the past because of something like that, but, you know, I feel like all is going to be forgiven, and then you'll be able to carry forward. And I feel like you're needing to trust your intuition, or your intuition is guiding you towards a much more lighthearted path. Maybe you've been going through some sort of darkness, and really this is kind of like having to navigate your shadow, you know, things that triggered you emotionally, and figure out like, why does that trigger you so much? Like, why do you get so triggered when people don't call you back right away? Why do you get so triggered when you see someone posting something on social media? You know, whatever it is, it's like, I feel like you're going to have like a better understanding of why something made you so emotional. Yeah, so it does look like things are going to get better for you. Also, as an empath, this also is confirming that you have a connection with someone else, and you can feel when that person's going through something emotional, and they can likely feel when you are as well. Okay, so let's see what the messages are for those of you that are life path number 2. All right, life path number 2 messages. Oh, it's funny. It's 222 my time. All right, life path number 2, you have the 6 of Swords, the 5 of Wands, the 10 of Cups, the 2 of Swords, the 6 of Cups. Overall energies, the Page of Pentacles, the Knight of Pentacles, and the Knight of Swords. All right, so I feel like you are just trying to move forward with life. Maybe you feel like you're on autopilot at times, or, you know, you're just kind of drifting at times. Maybe things feel kind of meh, you know. But I do feel that you'll get some sort of excitement. You'll get the excitement that you're wanting. If you're in some sort of a mediocre relationship, or you're just making mediocre connections, it does seem like at some point you're going to find the connection that you're looking for, or the relationship that you're looking for. Maybe you're needing something that is more challenging. Maybe you're needing a relationship that makes you more passionate. And I feel like another thing that's happening is that you might hit some sort of a snag in life, or some sort of blockage. Maybe sometimes it feels like you're being blocked from finding what you're looking for, but ultimately it looks like you find it. And I do feel like there is someone that is your soulmate that you could see yourself falling in love with. It could be that your person too was not available for you, but once this person transitions from a relationship, then they'll be ready for you. Then you guys can maybe come together. I feel that two people still, like when you come together, there's still going to be some sort of resistance. Maybe there's a fear of being vulnerable or letting your guards down. But I feel like once you truly feel that you can trust this person, then you'll let your guards down. There's like several people in your energy, but especially earth. And then you have like air and maybe Scorpio. Also, aside from love, if there's something happening where you were, just trying to reach some sort of destination, it still seems like there's been some sort of blockages on that path, but I feel like the blockages will be removed and you will find whatever emotional fulfillment that you've been looking for. Even if this is talking about something financial or like work related, I do feel that ultimately you're going to find like happiness or peace making a type of money that you want to make. But it does seem like you could be dealing with matters of the heart. And so for the most part, just make sure that you're trusting your intuition as you're being guided. All right, so let's see what messages there are for those of you with life path number 3. Life path number 3, you have the Page of Cups. You have Judgment. You have the 8 of Cups. The 9 of Swords. The Knight of Wands. Overall energy, 2 of Swords, 5 of Swords, and 4 of Swords. Ooh, so it looks like already there could be issues with communication, challenges. Either you are not speaking or saying, what needs to be said, expressing your thoughts and emotions, or maybe you feel that someone around you isn't opening up or speaking to you. And I feel like you are like torn, or you can't seem to make some sort of decision. It seems like you're trying to trust your intuition, but maybe you're having a hard time trusting your intuition, but this also could indicate that you're in denial of what you're feeling. Definitely guarded. Because at first it looks like you just wanted to be left alone with your own thoughts. Like maybe something was happening where, you just like being left alone. You like your privacy, and maybe there's something really peaceful about when you're alone. And it could be too that people around you or someone specific does not understand when you need your space. Maybe you're an introvert, they don't understand that. They're like, why do they stay away? Why are they quiet for so long? So then you might be met with some sort of distant communication, or the way they're just kind of mirroring you, but they're trying to outdo you. And maybe initially you're like, I don't know why they're being so distant. Like, I don't know what I did. I was just minding my own business, so I just needed some space. But maybe someone was offended by that, or like I said, didn't know how to read. They didn't just understand how you like being alone. So now maybe there is a guard up with both of you, and you're just not wanting to think about the person or talk to the person, or respond. And it does still indicate that there is some underdevelopment happening. There could be some sort of emotional immaturity that someone is being, like someone is being emotionally immature rather. And even if this is you, you know, maybe that is something that is needing to be brought to your attention. Maybe Spirit is like, you know, are you holding yourself accountable for your actions? So the things that are happening, it seems like it leaves you wandering alone, or, you know, going through your own emotions alone. And it just all seems unhealthy. Like something starts to get to you emotionally, mentally. It just seems like you start to get triggered with anxiety. Now, I don't know if all of this is over a fire sign, a water sign, or if you are a fire or a water sign. But it does seem like maybe there's two people who are not properly communicating well with one another, and both parties likely are needing to grow up or check in with their feelings here. I feel too like even if somebody is like trying to be the bigger person, it's like, okay, let me be the bigger person. Let me call this person and check in, or let me call or respond to their message since I blocked them or ignored them. And then it kind of seems like it's too late after that. It's like, okay, this person, they're now ignoring your call, they're not answering, and now you're just kind of like stressed about how you handled the whole situation. This could also be some sort of communication issue, maybe at work. Maybe initially you didn't want to be bothered with something. Maybe there was some extra work. You declined it, and now there's no extra work. And now when you're trying to get some extra work or overtime, you know, you're being ignored. So whatever is happening, it just still seems like you are feeling super stressful. You might need to just kind of like take the initiative in regards to a situation. Whatever is happening, you might have to just take action or take control of the situation. In love, though, it just seems like maybe there aren't any good contenders right now. Too many people are immature or in a rush for something. You might not have met your match just yet if you're single. All right, let's see what messages are coming out for life path number 4. All right, you have the Knight of Wands, the Seven of Swords, Judgment, Six of Cups, Four of Pentacles, overall energy, the Moon, Six of Swords, and the Sun. All right, so something's happening where initially I feel like you were outgoing, you were excited about something. Maybe you also felt very confident. And it also seems like you had a sense of self, a sense of purpose. And you were just kind of like going with the flow of life. I don't know what happened, but it seems like maybe now you feel shadowed or overshadowed or triggered in a sense. Maybe you've been known to have like a split personality. You could have some sort of air placements, especially like Gemini or like a mutable sign, Pisces, Sagittarius. But something's going on where, you know, it seems like now you're not as confident as you were in the past. And it seems like your intuition is a little off, or you can't fully trust what you're feeling. Maybe you're kind of like, am I being paranoid or no? Now, I do feel that if you were suspicious of someone following or keeping tabs on you, that could be a strong possibility. Like you might be picking up the energy of someone in your energy, someone lurking, and it triggers something and awakens something. Maybe someone is quietly trying to find out what's going on in your life, especially if they're a fire sign. I do feel that something is going to put your suspicions at ease. Seems like someone is calling anonymously. Yeah, I don't know. Somebody may be calling anonymously trying to get you to answer their call or respond to them. And it does seem like you answer and you're reconnecting with someone from the past. Doesn't have to be romantic, but it does seem like somebody from the past that you're reconnecting with. And there's going to be like an opportunity to share or open up and talk about the things that you felt or experienced. So a couple of things that it seems like after having a conversation with somebody or opening up to someone, you block them or you put your guards back up, or it's like you trusted them briefly and now you don't, or it's more so about just kind of taking what someone shared with you and keeping it close to your heart, keeping a secret, especially if someone asked you not to share something. Maybe someone said, can you keep this between me and you? And you agreed to it. You're like, sure, you know, I'm a loyal person. So maybe you are being entrusted to keep a secret. It also could be that maybe you're normally a secret keeper, but certain things that people are sharing with you could be a little disturbing. And so, you know, maybe sometimes it gets to you, the fact that you know or have all these secrets and you have to keep them or protect them. You also, if you feel like you're being followed, I don't know, maybe something's happening where you feel the need to change residence, change your number, keep your identity kind of private or hidden. So I am concerned about anybody that could be famous that maybe feels like they have a stalker. It does seem like your foundation of security is unstable right now. And so maybe something is urging you to relocate and hide. So it does look like someone maybe does feel like they're being followed or they have a stalker and is trying to keep things private or under wraps, not wanting people to know certain things. So yeah, protect yourself and definitely be careful. Someone also could be hiding their number or having to, you know, use like a false number for whatever reason. Yeah. All right, so make sure you're staying safe. Okay, let's see what messages there are for life path number 5. All right, you have the Queen of Cups, the Ace of Coins, 7 of Swords, 8 of Cups, 9 of Wands, overall energy, 7 of Pentacles, the Moon, and the 9 of Swords. All right, so life path number 5s. If you've been suffering from any type of anxiety, depression, anything of that sort, it seems like you've been having to find ways to heal yourself. If you're on medication, maybe the medication has been taking a long time to kick in. Maybe that's been happening because your patience has been running short with something. But overall, it does indicate that, you know, you will have to wait for the things that are worth waiting for. So your patience is going to pay off. You just might have to stop hyper focusing on something, like stop waiting or trying to figure out how something is going to turn out. Just trust the process, trust that things are going to fall into place. It does look like you've already nurtured a situation all that you can. So all you can do is like wait, but without just like staring. So maybe there's a need for you to go find something else to get into until the time being. Now, also, if you're like super stressed about money or finances, it seems like there is slowly coming in. It's just not happening as fast as you would want it. There may be something significant about a water sign, so Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Maybe this person's been thinking about coming forward, or maybe you as the water sign has been thinking about coming forward or revealing something. You also seem to have someone hiding in your energy. That also could be why you've been kind of on edge, because someone's been lurking or keeping tabs. You might receive an anonymous gift, tip, advice. Something might be coming to you in an anonymous way. You also may not trust the source, or you might be very suspicious of how information is given to you or how something is given to you. You're like, why did you give this to me? Or why did they leave this here for me? And, you know, it does seem like you're very suspicious of something. You could potentially have like certain hidden enemies, and maybe this is why you're very hesitant, you know, when you receive gifts or information, or when someone does something nice for you. In a love situation, I'm not going to lie, it does kind of look like maybe someone has a tracking device on another person. I also feel like somebody who either works at the casino, or maybe you were at the casino and they're suspicious of you, or maybe you work security at the casino. So I don't know. I feel like maybe there's something significant about a casino, but also tied in with deception, money and deception. There could be times too where you feel like a lost cause, or maybe you're needing to just give up on something that you wanted to do. I am concerned about maybe somebody like using, I feel like somebody needs help. Either you are secretly in need of some sort of help, or someone around you is. I don't know if someone also is at a facility. Something like healthcare facility or something. I don't know. I kind of feel like maybe somebody is dealing with some sort of mental issues. Now, that could also be for someone who is caring for a sick person, an elderly person. Maybe they are stealing things or hiding things. Be careful who you let into your home. And ultimately, I don't know. I just kind of feel like you could be dealing with some sort of trust issues. Like you really don't trust certain people that are around you. And maybe there are, thieves around you, or people who steal or are, deceptive in a way. Yeah. Also, seeing synchronicities of 7 could be significant to you. Your energy for me feels kind of scattered, but I hope it makes sense, but yeah. I would say for the most part, just make sure you are, watching your back and being safe. All right, so let's see what messages there are for life path number 6. All right, you have the Chariot, the 2 of Pentacles, the Ace of Cups, the King of Swords, the 4 of Cups, overall energy, the World, 5 of Wands, and the Page of Wands. Okay, so I feel that maybe you've graduated from a situation. It feels like you're wanting to move on. I feel like you're done with blockages and obstacles that have gotten in your way. I feel like you're just ready to start some sort of new chapter in your life. And if there have been some sort of blockages, I feel like you will overcome those blockages. You will defeat them. You are having some sort of moment of victory. I believe if you put yourself first instead of trying to take care of others, and I know that can probably be difficult if you're very selfless, but I feel like maybe something's happening in life where you do need to just put yourself first. Take care of you, and then you can focus on other people. And it does look like at one point you become very determined and very focused on what path you need to take or what decision you need to make. But then it seems like you start to have doubts, or somehow doubts creep in, which stagnates your growth, or it's like something is kind of like a distraction. You're like, why am I being met with this distraction? Or why does it feel like I have to take a detour? And it does seem like there is a little bit of an obstacle or blockage when it comes to you having what you want. But you are going to have that. You just need to stay focused and not let emotions get in the way. And it does look like that's what you're having to do. You're having to shield yourself emotionally so that you can defeat, any type of barriers that are in your way, or go towards something that you want. If you have your eye set on something, you're like, this is my heart's desire. This is what I want. I don't know what this opportunity is. It could be an opportunity for love. It could be an opportunity for a career, or to move or to travel. Whatever it is, you've got to stay focused on that. I also see a situation where in love, someone is trying to block you or close their feelings off. Someone has erected like a high security gate around themselves, and they don't want anyone to come through. Someone is coming off very cold and detached. They're just kind of like, leave me alone. You will never touch my heart again. No one is ever going to get close to me. And I don't know if this is you or somebody that you are desiring, but somebody does have like their guards up. I also feel like this could be that someone has blocked you or you've blocked somebody. Could be an air sign, or it could be a Cancer, or someone with moon in Cancer. I feel like someone becomes a certain type of way whenever they want to protect their emotions. It's like, I have to do this. I have to cut people off. I have to hide away. One other thing I'm seeing here is something about vacation or travel. It's possible that either your job has something to do with travel, or maybe you're getting a chance or an opportunity to travel. If you are traveling, I feel like there's going to be some sort of obstacles, maybe trying to get to where you're going or trying to come back home. So just make sure that you're up to date with all type of travel documents. There is a possibility of someone being detained. If you're concerned about what happened to somebody after a trip or they're late, it's possible that that person's been detained. So make sure you have ways of staying in contact with people that you care about. All right, let's see what messages there are for life path number 7. Life path number 7, you have the Page of Cups. You have the Knight of Wands, the Four of Swords, the Ace of Coins, the Hanged Man, overall energy, the Moon, Six of Pentacles, and Queen of Wands. So for those of you creative, I feel like something's going on where you're expressing yourself, or you need to express yourself creatively, or you need a creative outlet. Maybe you need to pick up a musical instrument. Maybe you need to pick up a paintbrush. Maybe you are like a starving artist. It just seems like, yeah, I feel like somebody is a starving artist. The only thing with that is that someone maybe likes to get high. It could just be like a natural high, things that come from the earth. But somebody could be popping pills, trying to unlock something inside. Like if you feel creatively stuck, maybe you feel like getting high is going to help you be more creative and unlock the next great idea that you have. So I feel like somebody is, isolating themselves or having some form of escapism. It's like, this is how I escape. Now, I also see something happening in regards to, like, from a spiritual perspective, is that somebody could be going through some sort of an awakening. It could be very scary when you're, having the awakening and your psychic abilities are going haywire, and you're trying to navigate what this is. You're like, okay, I need to understand what's happening to me. I need to understand, why am I suddenly able to hear, voices that other people aren't hearing? Or why am I starting to see visions? Why am I having premonitions? So I kind of feel that maybe there is a feeling of psychosis, or like maybe you're questioning that. If something extremely spiritual is happening to you. And some people may need to check themselves in to a hospital for examination. I don't know. I'm not a physician, but, if someone is suffering from, a lot of emotional ups and downs, or you feel like you're having a moment of psychosis, then, maybe you do need to check yourself in. I feel too like maybe seeing somebody in particular kind of set you off or made you feel a certain type of way. It could have been your supervisor or your boss. It could have been a fire sign, especially. It also could be that you come off looking extremely confident, but inside, like, maybe you're a nervous wreck. You might be very new at something, and so you're having like a lot of insecurities kind of attacking you and causing you to think that you don't know what you're doing. Just trust that you do know what you're doing, even if you're new at it. Don't let that doubt creep in. Keep doing what you're doing. I feel like you're needing like some sort of motivation if you're just starting at a new job, or a new career or something. I also feel like somebody is thinking about cutting their hair. I feel like somebody feels like that's old energy, like the dead hair is old energy and it needs to be cut off. And some people even burn their hair after cutting it because of, I think, some sort of superstition. I forgot what it is, but I think it's just kind of like a way to clear your energy or start fresh. So yeah, I kind of feel like somebody is literally cutting their hair off and then burning it. If you do end up feeling stuck in a situation, just try to, understand first that, everything is in divine timing. And you don't want something to happen prematurely. So trust that your higher self is guiding you correctly. Maybe you're needing prayer and meditation. And there's also something that you're probably needing to sacrifice in order to have some sort of success or to move forward. Maybe you're needing to sacrifice your time and you don't want to. You're like, I really like sleeping in late, but I don't want to start getting up early. Or maybe you need to sacrifice location or something. But whatever the case, you might need to give something up in order to, get to where you're trying to go. All right, let's see what messages there are for life path number 8. Flew out of here. Death and Four of Wands. I don't know if that's for you, but those both represent moving on, endings, new beginnings, transformation. Probably was for you. All right, so you have the Seven of Cups, the Wheel, Ten of Cups, the Star, Four of Swords, overall energy, Six of Pentacles, the Magician, and Temperance. All right, so life path number 8, I feel like you guys are trying to heal. And, you know, maybe you've been needing to find balance in your life. It's likely you've been praying and meditating, and also maybe there's something that you've been trying to manifest. You might be confused as to why something hasn't happened yet. But I do feel like there is a change coming. You might also need to clarify with yourself what it is that you're wanting. You know, maybe you need to clarify something in order for it to manifest, or so that you could at least go towards what it is that you want to manifest. There could be a lot of things that you're wanting, and it does seem like you could be dealing with some sort of illusions, and you're just not sure what certain things mean. I feel like you're picking up on feelings, thoughts, messages, like maybe something's being transferred to you and you're just trying to understand what it all means. It could be that you're receiving certain messages in dreams and just you're trying to figure out what to make of it. It does look like whatever is happening, you know, you are headed towards having some sort of happiness or emotional security here. You're gonna have you're gonna experience some sort of bliss or fulfillment. Is coming to you. And I feel like, you know, your prayers are being answered here. And whatever is happening too is going to restore your faith. Your peace is being restored. So I don't know if you've been in a state of chaos or confusion, but I feel like your peace is going to be restored. Your clarity, if you've been suffering from a lot of mental fog, I feel like mental clarity is coming back and you're going to feel stabilized. I do feel like maybe you're going through some sort of purification. In regards to a relationship, there could be that, you know, there's been some sort of secrets happening, and it does look like somebody has been mixing truth with lies, and maybe you felt like, I don't know what to believe. I don't know if I could trust this person. And it looks like you're just trusting that things will work itself out. So you're eventually allowing the universe to just like play out, or let destiny play out. And it does seem like the truth is going to be revealed in regards to, you know, whatever's going on in your relationship. And it gives you a sense of peace and clarity. Maybe you've been waiting for your partner to stop hiding things from you. Or maybe you had a dream that something was going on and you just wanted them to be honest and share it with you. So it does look like something that was confusing will make sense. It's going to clear up, or somebody's going to tell the truth. It could be that someone was trying to tell you something indirectly or in a clever way, but ultimately they will come clean. Yeah. All right, so let's see what messages there are for life path number 9. All right, you have the Queen of Swords, the Hierophant, the Five of Wands, the King of Swords, the Seven of Wands, overall energy, Four of Wands, the Tower, and the Knight, or I'm sorry, the King of Cups. All right, so I feel like you are going to experience some sort of a breakthrough. It also feels like you get to experience some sort of liberation. Maybe it's liberating for someone to let their guards down with you, or someone to be honest with you. And that just gives you a sense of, like you can breathe, because finally, maybe something is confirmed for you. And it seems like, the universe has been trying to push you out of your comfort zone as well. It also could be that you are the one that is needing to speak or say something, come clean with something. Definitely seems like the truth is coming out, but I also feel like maybe someone is trying to stop the truth from coming out. Maybe you are wanting to be honest, or maybe someone sees you as high and mighty or something. I don't know. But I feel like if you are trying to be righteous in a sense, someone doesn't want you to be, or maybe, I don't know, a system doesn't want you to be. Maybe you want to speak out on things that you don't feel comfortable about, things that are happening, and it just seems like you're not being heard, or your message is being stopped. I feel like you have to keep fighting. This is indicating that you're needing to continue to fight for what you value and what you believe in, because you are going to succeed. You are going to be the victor in this situation. You won't be defeated. Maybe it feels like defeat at times, but this is indicating that you're the one that is going to come out on top. I feel that if you have enemies, your enemies, they're not going to win. And certain things could also backfire with those that try to stop you from accomplishing certain things in life, or from being successful in life. You also could be challenging authority in some way. You could be going toe-to-toe with any type of system of beliefs. Yeah, and I feel like you're not afraid too. I feel like you are definitely being cutthroat, or if you have sword energy, you are behaving like the swords. Just being very brutally honest, straightforward, no sugarcoating, just straightforward. And I feel like you are living in some sort of air or sword energy. You could be challenging the government. You also might be wanting to protest. Maybe you are someone who leads or starts some sort of a protest for something. But it seems like you are being loud and clear. You also could be on your soapbox. You're saying some stuff. And I feel like you don't care who agrees with you or who doesn't. You also could have people who are supportive of your beliefs or your ideas standing up for you as well. Yeah. I feel like you are going out and making things happen. Another thing I'm seeing is you maybe having to deal with a lot of responsibilities. But I feel like you're knocking things out. Or it's like the saying, you're knocking it out the park. So I feel like you're doing good with the things that you're doing. I feel like you're being very responsible. I feel like you're also living up to your word, especially if you made some sort of a promise. In regards to relationships, there is the possibility of someone pursuing you because they want some sort of commitment, or they see you as someone that they could commit to. I still see some sort of ego clashing. If you're in a relationship, maybe the both of you have very strong opinions. Maybe you're both very strong-willed or very vocal about certain things. But at some point, I still feel like, you are going to come out on top. Yeah, but I kind of feel like somebody could potentially be pursuing you because they're wanting a commitment. Maybe someone is wanting some sort of stable foundation. They're wanting to come home to someone. If you have a problem with traditional relationships, it does seem like maybe you have to make that be known. And in general, anything, if you feel like you're being pushed out of your comfort zone, or you feel like life is putting like a lot of pressure on you, it is to push you to stand out. And I do feel that even in career, if you're in a competitive career, this indicates that like there's a lot of people competing for it, but you're the one that's going to stand out. I feel like you have an edge over your competitors, maybe through some sort of experience or something, but you do have an edge over your competitors, and I feel like you're going to win. All right, so hopefully these messages help. Feel free to leave your feedback. Thank you guys for watching. Sending love and grace.